Alright guys, it's Chatterbox Reviews, coming at you guys with my review for Ghosted, the series premiere. So this one, a lot of fun. This series, it looks like I've been looking at this for a while. I've been watching some of the trailers, some of the teasers for it as well. I really do enjoy Adam Scott's sort of humor. Probably his most popular role per se would probably be Step Brothers, and I love that movie. So I just was really excited about this, and so it actually hasn't come out yet. The premiere. It's actually coming out October 1st at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. But basically what they've done, Fox has kind of partnered with Twitter, and they've actually decided to basically stream the premiere episode live on Twitter. So it's on the Ghosted Twitter account, and they've been streaming it live, I think, for the past 5 nights in a row at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I think if you guys happen to watch this tonight, I think you can go on to the Twitter account again. I think that tonight's the last night, and then you'd have to wait till next week. But you can go on at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and watch the actual episode. I'm not sure there's commercials on it. I'm not positive about that because I didn't see it on Twitter because I couldn't. But yeah, I don't know. It was blocked for me. It was just like a black screen, so I couldn't see it there. But yeah, so that's sort of what's going on. So yes, it actually hasn't come out, and if you're watching this, you're like, what? Like it's October 1st. But yeah, some people have seen it because it's been on Twitter. And I don't know. I don't know what I think about the whole partnership with Twitter and streaming it on there. Interesting. I mean, is Twitter trying to become Netflix or something? I don't know what that really means, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting for some people to see it there and get to see the premiere a little bit early. So yeah, I thought that was definitely interesting, and yeah, so I took advantage of it and I decided to make this review a little bit early. So yeah, so of course I guess there wouldn't be really spoilers in this, but I am sharing my ideas, so I may use a couple examples from the episode, to kind of shade in those ideas. So if you haven't seen it, I mean, yeah, you can keep watching. I'm not gonna spoil anything big, and it's just a premiere, right? So even if the premiere really got spoiled, it doesn't ruin the show. So yeah, it's up to you guys if you haven't seen it, and I know a lot of people haven't, but are still gonna want to check it out October 1st. So if that's the case as well, and you're on this video, then just wait till October 1st, come back, and please watch this again, and then you'll see. So, anyways. Yeah, I thought it was a good episode, for sure. I thought it was a really good start to the series. And yeah, so I'll just, go over what we kind of got introduced to a little bit, and then my overall thoughts, and with a rating and stuff like that, typical stuff. So, yeah, so we basically, get introduced to the two main characters of this one. First to Max Jennifer. So he's obviously played by Adam Scott. So he's one of the two main guys. So basically the character Max is working at a bookstore, but he used to be a Stanford professor before they fired him because they thought he was crazy. And he is the one who believes in the paranormal, and he's written books about it and all that. So he's definitely a true believer in all that stuff. And then the kind of the other end of the spectrum here, and they're definitely like total opposites, like just that's another part that's really humorous about it. But yeah, so we get introduced to Leroy Wright, and he's played by Craig Robinson, of course. So that's the duo. And basically he's working as a security guard at a mall, but we find out that he used to be a great detective with the LAPD, and of course both of their histories kind of get unearthed later in the episode, but I'm not going to go over that because, I don't want to spoil anything. But basically, he doesn't believe in the paranormal, and, he's like most people, and he just thinks it's crazy, right? So they're basically the total opposite characters here, but they both get recruited, and they have to work together to basically solve this thing. So they're recruited by this Bureau Underground, or the Bureau Underground, that's what it's called, because one of their agents said, get Leroy Wright and Max Jennifer, to help find me if something goes wrong in a message he sent back to them, and ends up something did go wrong, and he's now he's now went missing, right? So the Bureau Underground ends up kidnapping Leroy and Max, and basically giving them the mission to find this guy and bring him back, hopefully, and find out what happened. So, yeah, so really just, an unlikely duo, right? Kind of put together forcibly, and to work together as partners to hopefully solve this case and get this guy back. So, yeah, really great premise there. And yeah, so basically then we meet the captain of the Bureau Underground, and her name is Captain Ava LaFrey, and she is played by Ali Walker. So I haven't seen much of her stuff, but yeah, so apparently she's pretty well known, I guess. So yeah, and I thought that was cool too. There's with the two main characters being men, right, and that sort of thing. So it's nice to see that the captain and another powerful not a powerful, but like another recurring character is also a woman as well. So they have a lot of diversity as well in this cast. And yeah, so that's the next one. So we meet the weapons and tech specialist there at the Bureau Underground. Her name is Annie, and she's played by Amber Stevens West. So I bet a lot of people know her from 22 Jump Street, and that's where I recognized her from right away. I was like, 22 Jump Street, right? Yeah, so, I kind of, got on right away. And she's a really great actress. I loved her in that movie. I think she's hilarious. And she was really funny in this premiere as well. So yeah, so we kind of meet them, and then we also meet the scientist guy. You always got to have one of those in these type of shows. The character's named Barry, and he's played by Adil Akhtar. I probably pronounced that wrong, but yeah. So I thought he was really funny too, his parts in it. So I like that character already. I like all the characters so far. I thought they're really, really good, and they're all really funny. So yeah, we basically meet those. And yeah, by the end of the episode, they kind of, I won't give anything away, what happens in the episode and how they get to this point, but it is a 25-minute runtime, not including commercials. So obviously, it doesn't take long to get through the episode, so I'm just gonna, say this. But basically, by the end of the episode, Max and Leroy basically plead their case to stay on with the Bureau Underground, and keep trying to find this Agent Checker, who's the guy who goes missing here, and hopefully, complete other missions, and try to get to the bottom of things here. And yeah, that basically sets up the premise for the series of them, working for this Bureau Underground and trying to solve, the paranormal, right? So yeah, honestly, I was really impressed by this premiere. I thought, the way they introduced all these characters were great. And yeah, I liked the ending too. It was definitely predictable. You knew that was gonna happen, but it was still cool to see. So yeah. So that's basically the recap of sort of what we saw, basically without too many spoilers, if any. So yeah, now I'll share my overall thoughts of the episode and maybe the series first in the foreseeable future. So I thought great chemistry between Adam Scott and Craig Robinson, right? I mean that the whole show is kind of based around that, so you need that, and it definitely didn't disappoint. I mean, I don't think these two guys have worked together much or even at all before, but they are just awesome together. I mean, Adam Scott plays his typical, straight guy, and I don't mean like sexually, like I mean, just a straight guy, like not, he's not, living life on the edge, he's not, he's not really, goody two shoes or whatever, he's kind of just the straight and narrow, right? He's just an average guy. And then of course, Craig Robinson plays, a little bit more of, an expressive guy and that stuff. So yeah, they really work well together, and the characters are so opposite, right? It just works so well. So yeah, that was great to see that the two actors, just great chemistry between them. And I also did read as well that both of them actually improv'd. I don't know how much. I guess maybe a lot, but they did improv quite a bit for this series. I saw an interview of Adam Scott saying that. So yeah, that's pretty impressive too, right? That they can come up with that stuff. So and there's a few moments in this one that I thought maybe that was improv a little bit, because it just doesn't seem like they would write a script for that, right? So I don't know. I thought that was kind of a cool twist, but yeah. So I thought it was really funny. I really enjoyed the sense of humor throughout. And that's just me, right? People enjoy different types of humor. Some people prefer like the dark humor, and some people, stuff like animated movies and stuff. Some prefer the Adam Sandler type of humor. But I really like this comedy. Yeah, I thought it was really funny throughout. I mean, there wasn't, any time where I, it was like, that was kind of lame. But no, I thought it was really funny throughout. They never really backed down from it. They just kept, kept the comedy rolling the whole half an hour, and yeah, so yeah, I thought it was good. I thought that was definitely a strong point in this one. Now I will say this is kind of a positive or a negative, but it was really fast paced, right? And I've already seen some people say this. And basically within 5 minutes, we're introduced to all the main characters, and the mission already starts. So yeah, I mean this could be a negative as well, right? Because some people, obviously in this type of show, you're not going to focus on the characters. We're not going to get a lot of backstory, right? We're going to get into it and see some action, see some comedy, and all that. And we saw comedy, like, just within the first, like 30 seconds of the episode, right? So they did what they promised, basically, what the show is supposed to be. But yeah, it was very fast paced, right? Within 5 minutes, it was a little quick for my liking, to be honest. But I did enjoy that too. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just, a little quick. I felt like they could have spent a little bit more time on that, and maybe spend a little bit more time looking at the characters and their lives. But yeah, because we really only got to see one scene from each, right? And then they were, taken by the Bureau Underground. So yeah, the acting was great from the whole cast, I thought. In this episode, obviously mainly Adam Scott and Craig Robinson. But the others did really great. I mean, I thought the guy who played Barry was really funny. The Captain Ava Frey, I mean, she's kind of supposed to be like a serious character, and she was even funny. And Amber Stevens West character Annie was really, really funny as well. So my next point is that, it was really, more hysterical than serious, of course, right? I mean, there was essentially, not really any stakes. They, were being shot at or something like that, in the episode. But, we knew that nothing was going to happen, that neither of them were going to get, hurt in any way. It's just a fun comedy series, right? I think, you just get a good laugh on a Sunday night, right? It's half an hour of your time, you tune in, you laugh a little bit, and it's just enjoyable, right? So yeah, definitely not, like a typical drama like I usually, am tune into. But yeah, it's just like advertised too, right? It's advertised as a comedy. That's just what it is, right? So if you're looking to watch it as, a Ghostbusters remake or a drama with Craig Robinson, definitely that's not what you're going to get, right? That just, to tell you now, that's not what you're getting. You're getting a comedy series. It's just a fun 30 minutes, right, of your time, and you'll definitely enjoy it. So yeah, I did expect a little bit more though, like a little bit more plot and like more stakes. But yeah, there wasn't really much of any, to be honest, in this episode. So yeah, I really like the storyline though that they did have. It's basically like, I heard it a lot, but it's kind of like a Ghostbusters spoof, right? So that's kind of what they were going for, I think. And I like it, right? I really like the Ghostbusters movies, and I really like the whole idea, of them, fighting the paranormal. So yeah, I just think it's a cool storyline, and a lot of comedy possibilities, right, within this storyline. So yeah, I thought that part was really good. I will say, I think it was a little too short, to be honest. I would have liked it to be an hour long. An hour long sort of format, like a drama, right? With an hour long drama, more things could be accomplished, right? And I felt like they would have enough in this series to do hour-long episodes, but I'm not sure how many episodes they're going to have this season. If they do something like, like 18 or something, then yeah, I would be okay with 30-minute episodes. But if they decide to do maybe something like a 10 episode, like, I really don't know how many episodes they're supposed to be. But if they do like a 10 episode, I don't know. I feel like they would have enough material here to do, an hour long season, of 10 episodes or something like that. And then I think it would be still entertaining, right? So, and the way that they, this is so fast paced, this episode, I feel like, they slow it down just a little bit. They could have made an hour, or I guess it's technically 42 minutes out of this episode. So, yeah, I thought it definitely could be longer. And yeah, more humor could definitely be reached as well, right? With having a little bit longer of a thing, and maybe bring back the same sort of jokes again and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that's not really a criticism of the episode. I just thought they could have had a little bit longer of an episode in general. So yeah. A negative here is, some jokes were overused, right? The whole, thing of, Adam Scott's character, being, a skinny white guy, and Craig Robinson, big, I shouldn't say big, but, he's a, he's pretty big, right? He's a pretty big guy, and he's black, obviously, right? So they did kind of overuse that a little bit, right? But that is Adam Scott's humor, right? Like, that's just kind of stuff he is. Or stuff he does. But yeah, I thought they were overused, but I still found them funny, even the second or third time, with that example that it was used, like one of the scenes here, where Adam Scott had to lift Craig Robinson up. That was just hilarious. Like, I was laughing out loud at that. So yeah, I thought that was really funny. And of course, yeah, we've seen that joke before in the episode, but I still thought it was funny, and it still got to me there. So yeah, overused, but still enjoyable to an extent. So yeah. And I will admit, I saw some people saying this. The first few minutes seem kind of weird. It's hard. You're watching a pilot of a series, and then you see 5 minutes like that. It's like, I think I'm gonna turn this off. But honestly, once the episode started, it got so much better. The first 5 minutes, yeah, it was like really confusing because it was so fast paced. We got, like I said, we got all the main characters, and then like the mission began within all the first 5 minutes. And that's not typical, right? So this show's really fast paced. But once you get past that, it's just so good, right? They really get into the episode. So yeah, but definitely I will admit it did seem kind of weird, and I did get a little disinterested with it the first few minutes, and I thought, yeah, this is kind of a weird show. I don't know if I want to watch this. But no, it was. I stuck with it, and it was definitely worth it. It's definitely good. So if you guys are gonna be watching it on October 1st, and you don't like the first few minutes, please just stick with it, and trust me, you won't be disappointed. So a rating for this episode, I'm gonna give it a 4.6 out of 5. And yeah, so my personal opinion, I enjoyed it because I really like that humor. If you don't like that kind of comedy, humorous, and maybe you're into dramas more, then probably this isn't the show for you, right? But yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching this show week to week. I'm not going to be doing reviews for it just because I don't find a show like this, the reviews, what am I going to, recap, right? I mean, not much stuff's going to happen in them. And, the comedy's more enjoyable. I'm not going to make a video here and, like, quote a bunch of the comedy and laugh by myself, right? Like, that's just kind of weird. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to review it, but I am going to watch it week to week, and then I'll come back for a season recap for sure. Of this one. So yeah. But yeah, 4.6 out of 5 for this one. I thought it was a good episode. Good way to start. Like I said, first few minutes, a little off, some jokes overused, and it was really fast paced, but there were so many positives as well, with the chemistry, the cast, the acting, the comedy and all that. So yeah, I found it really great. People may not, right? But yeah, I thought it was good. Favorite character for this one, it has to be favorite characters. There has to be two, right, in this. So it's Leroy Wright and Max Jennifer, Adam Scott and Craig Robinson, respectively. Yeah, they, both characters are just funny, right, right off the bat. And I really like the background, too, that they developed for both, really. That, they didn't have to do that, and a lot of comedies don't. So I thought that was good to see some, a little bit of background from both of them. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely a cool series to tune into this fall. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, honestly. I think it's going to be a cool little, fun little half an hour every Sunday to kind of tune in and get a good laugh from it. That's kind of what I see this as, right? So, and I think it's a good accomplishment by Adam Scott and Craig Robinson. They're both executive producing this one. And I actually think that Adam Scott and Craig Robinson wrote some stuff as well for this series. So, yeah, really, kudos to them, right, for going out and doing this. And usually they're kind of movie guys, so this is kind of new for them as well. So, well, I think both of them have been in TV shows before, but, not starring in them. So, yeah. Anyways, yep. that is basically my review for the premiere of Ghosted. Like I said at the beginning, it's not out yet, but it is on Twitter. So yeah, definitely October 1st. You haven't seen it, or you want to see it again, I might actually watch it again. October 1st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and thanks for all the support on my recent videos. The Sinner, like, wow, I can't believe it. So, thank you so much for that, and yeah, we'll see you next time for the next review.
Something strange